Hello folks, I hope you're all well. Today I am doing a review for Gardens of the Moon, Book 1 in Malazan Book of the Fallen. This was quite an undertaking and I plunged in. I'm so glad I did, but I find myself now wanting to see exactly how far the rabbit hole goes. I'm interested in the Esselmont books too. I want to devour everything in this world, so I don't know where I'll fit those in, what I'll get to first. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of people say just read the main 10 first and then get to the Esselmont books. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But if you have suggestions for a reading order or, the ultimate reading guide or whatever, I know a lot of you have those out there. Throw them at me. I really want to check them out and see how I should schedule these books. Because I'm excited. I really enjoyed Gardens of the Moon. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it was damn near. Like, it was so good. And yeah, obviously it has its issues, but I don't think they were anywhere near as bad as some people kind of warn you about. Like, I think a lot of the warnings, well, I mean, this is a subjective thing, but for me, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't really too confusing. It wasn't too hard to piece some things together. I mean, obviously a lot of things I'm assuming we will get to know as we read on the later books. So, patience is a big thing you need for this series, I'm sure. And I have it. I'm here for it, and I'm excited. I'm excited to read it all. So again, if you have suggestions on reading order for all these books, let me know. But luckily, going into this, I was a lot more excited than I was nervous. So, I didn't let this book, get me all flustered, and things just went pretty smoothly. So, that's all you can ask for. So first off, I will say that this was very reminiscent of the Black Company books by Glenn Cook. I did read those before this, and it's very clear that it draws a lot of inspiration from the Black Company. A lot of things were similar. A lot of the the puzzling structure or the zero to little explanations you get. Again, I've encountered that in Black Company as well, so I feel like this really wasn't as overwhelming as it could have been because of that. So maybe I have a leg up from other people in this. I'm not too sure. Let me know what you think about that. But that's how it kind of felt for me. Another thing I'll mention is that if you are finding yourself very overwhelmed by this series or this book, if you're just diving into it, if things are a little too confusing or whatever, I think it would really help to kind of view this as a collection of short stories in this world. That's kind of the sense I got from it too while I was reading. I just think it would help some people. In a lot of times when we read short stories, we tend to be more forgiving with the things we don't understand or the things that we have to piece together in the future. It draws out a little more patience from us, and it might help some readers to get through the book or the series. I don't know. Again, just another suggestion. Now let's get into the actual review. So, from everything I heard about this series from the many people who discuss it online, I expected the world building to be immense and epic. I expected the characters and the plot lines to be awesome. What I didn't expect and what kind of floored me was Erikson's prose. His prose is phenomenal. He manages to be very poetical, also very choppy. The writing style is very choppy and yet somehow remains dense and metaphorical. It just seemed like masterful writing. I mean, it provides for many genuine moments of contemplation, which I always appreciate and I think is the mark of a masterful writer. The other awesome thing about this story was the pantheon here. The gods are, always scheming as gods do, but what's cool is, although they're immortal, they seem to still be very vulnerable. If I'm not mistaken, there's a process called ascendancy where mortals can actually ascend into gods, can become gods and become immortal, and yet they somehow remain pretty vulnerable. I hope I'm getting that right, but if that is indeed, accurate, what I just said, then that is incredibly unique and something you don't really see in a lot of stories, and it's super intriguing. So that kind of surprised me, and I really enjoyed that as well. So yeah, there are tons of awesome things in this story, and the cool thing is, like, despite some of the confusion people may have, or some of the answers that people are begging for, all these elements, all the aspects of this story are just so damn cool that it just keeps you reading. And I understand why so many people who read this are like, I have no idea what's going on, but I just can't stop reading. It really is the case, because Erikson has created such cool characters, and this world. The world is so cool. The races, the gods. Everything about this story is so damn cool. So you just can't help but keep reading on, and obviously as you read on, and I'm sure in the later books too, things will get more explained to you, and you just, you fall head over heels for this series, which explains why it's a favorite among so many. But anyways, enough with the raving. Let's get back to the review. So the other cool thing here is the magic system. It's a very complex magic system. I like the whole idea of the Warrens. This is also one of the areas that's not too super explained. So ultimately, I trust that everything will slowly be revealed as things progress. And as of right now, I am fully invested in the world building, the prose, the characters, everything about this world, to take that patient, yet what I believe will be an incredibly rewarding journey. Just one more thing I want to touch on here. Erikson has succeeded in creating the coolest character in all of existence. Now, this may seem super cliche to say, but Animander Rake is my favorite character by far. The most badass dude I've ever come across. Ever. I love his demeanor. I love his dialogue. His sword is so freaking cool when he uses that thing. I'm definitely really looking forward to seeing a lot more of him and how his character progresses in this. The other guy that I'm really intrigued by is Quick Ben. Like, Quick Ben seems to have a lot of secrets that he's harboring from basically everyone. The dude is insanely powerful, and it just seems like he's going to have a very interesting story going forward. So notice that I was rambling there and didn't even mention what this book kind of entails and what kind of elements it has in it. So if you like epic fantasy, this is for you. If you like military fantasy, this is for you. If you like a lot of grittier, darker stuff in your fantasy, then again, this is for you. Very reminiscent of the Black Company, a lot of darker, I wouldn't say grimdark, but a lot of grittier, I guess more real moments, and lots of military stuff. So, I mean, these are all soldiers pretty much that we're following, or of the like. So if you like all that stuff, then this series is for you. So again, 4.5 stars for Gardens of the Moon. I mean, if this is where I'm starting, I'm really hoping that all the other books will be 5 stars for me, because, a lot of people say that Gardens of the Moon is, he was still finding his footing, and all the other books are way better. So I am super, super looking forward to them. This is a read-along that I'm doing with a bunch of other booktubers, so we will be getting to each consecutive book, one per month. So Dead House Gates is coming in August, and I'm super excited for that. But for me personally, I will be wanting to dive into Esselbond's work as well. I'll be wanting to cover everything in this universe, in the Malazan world. So again, if you have suggestions on reading orders or what have you, any of that, link it below, send it to me. I really want to read more about the Crimson Guard too. They seem super interesting. So that's another reason. But yeah, that's it. That's it for my review. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been a lot of fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to continue on with Malazan. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we will have a live spoiler discussion, I think, something along those lines, coming soon with the booktubers I'm buddy reading this with. So that'll be probably sometime in August. Stay tuned for that. And that's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and I will see you all next time.